In this video, we're going to move on to the next section and start to talk about how we're going to generate the testimonials area of this page. So Rob, go ahead and do your thing.
Okay, here we have highlighted the testimonials section that we blocked out earlier. So just like we did for the products page, I'm going to make a new folder and call it testimonials.
Okay.
Testimonials. And I'm going to drag my little block in here and use it as kind of a guideline. So what we're doing. And let's take a look at the copy we have to choose from. Let's see, we have our company history, products, news, testimonials. Okay, let's see if we can find something in here that will be appropriate to put on the home page.
Let's see.
There's some really good one-liners here. How about this one? The speed and quality with which our order was filled was second to none.
That sounds very professional.
Okay, let's choose that one. I'm just going to copy it out here. Okay, Control C to copy. Back in Photoshop, I'm going to use my text tool and Control V, paste. Okay, so there's our text. And we would also like to get a picture with this. We chose several pictures from our stock photography session. Let's see if we can find, where do we have that? Oh, okay, they're in here.
Yeah, there we go. There's our portraits.
Right. So he's kind of scary. I don't know about her. This guy I like.
Yeah, he looks, kind of serious and friendly.
Yeah, he looks like he could probably own a logging company. So what we're going to do as we did before, we'll drag him in to our palette, our new work area. And he fell right into our testimonials folder, which is good. And we'll call him Man.
That'll work. He's going to be the only one on the page.
Yeah, he's the only one in this case. And I hit Control T, and I'm going to make him smaller so he can fit into the area. And I'm going to real quickly turn my guides back on, Control H, and maybe make a new one down here. Have something to snap to.
Sure.
If it snaps, it may not snap. Well, it doesn't snap, but that's okay.
Yeah, you can get it close.
It's all good. So let's take a closer look here. Got some white space. I'm going to nudge him up there. Stretch him right back out just a little bit. Okay.
Cool.
So he fits in there pretty nicely. We have his little quote here. So let's work on the background for a second. I would like it to be a little more in keeping with the photograph. Let's step back for a second and take a look at the whole page. Since he has a black background, I'm just going to go ahead and make this whole background here black.
All right.
And since we have testimonial block, I'm just going to use it and turn it black. Well, I can choose it for a selection, hitting Control and then clicking on the layer. And then I can use my little fill area trick, hit Control Delete, and voila, he's on a black background.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice.
So let's work on the text for a while. I would like to use something that's a little bolder. It's kind of a good statement there, so let's make it stand out a little more.
All right.
And in keeping with the look of the site and keeping with the look of Stones River, let's use their font again, which we know is Rockwell.
All right. Cool.
Let's find it here. Okay, we're going to use Rockwell. Let's see what this one looks like. That's really bold. So let's not use it for the whole thing. Let's use it for just part of it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start here. It's too small, so let's make it bigger.
Probably to put in a line break or two.
Yeah, we need some line breaks because we've got lots of space, and we need to fill that space. And how about here? Okay. All right. So let's make it fill the space a little better.
That's already looking a lot better.
Yeah. Kind of like he means what he says.
Yeah. He says it with large words.
He's a man who speaks with largeness.
Yes.
I think the font's a little bigger than I want it to be. Let's see. Because we're going to need some room here for his name.
Sure.
Because we want to give him proper attribution. So it doesn't quite fill the space, and I don't want to get it much larger than that, otherwise it's going to be screaming. And we don't want it to be screaming. We just want it to be saying with affection. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out the quotes here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to make them separate. This is a little design trick you might see in a magazine.
Okay, so you're creating two new text layers, and they're just...
I'm just copy and pasting my little quote marks in there.
Gotcha. Open and close quotes.
Right. And now...
Probably just barely make them out on the video. They're going to be little white dots in the corner of the text.
Let me get close up and personal with it.
Okay.
So let's make those a little bigger. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to set them behind the text as a separate element.
And once again, that is Control-T.
Right. And I'm going to do the same with the others. You know what? I'm going to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to my history palettes. I want them to be the same size.
So you scale them together?
So I'm going to scale them together. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to hold down the Shift key, have one selected, hold down the Shift key, and now we have both selected.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new
so
feature.
You're selecting both layers.
Yep. And do my Control-T. Oh, there's a problem.
And then move them closer to each other.
Yeah, they're going to need to be closer for me to do that.
Yeah.
So let's put them right next to each other.
Cool.
Right.
Oh, very nice.
See, now we're going to have a nice little decorative element here to his quote.
Those are some big quotes.
They are big quotes, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're not quite looking like I want. I want them to be a little bolder. So I know there's a heavy version of it. There's an extra bold. Okay, let's try that for both of them. Okay, and now they're too big. So I'm going to make them smaller again using Control-T. Something right here, somewhere like halfway down the line. I'm looking in this area now.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to have good start and finish. But they're still too important. They're big, and they're too important.
Yeah, they kind of they pull the eye away from everything else on the page.
Right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to knock them back a little bit color-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Right now they're pure white, so let's knock them down, make them more of a grayish. In fact, let's see how subtle we can make these. You don't want it to disappear, but you don't want them to be screaming.
Sure.
And now I can just pick up this color.
Nice.
Okay, so that's pretty good. We're getting closer to what I was thinking about. I'm going to move this over a little bit more. I think we should emphasize some of the more important words. In fact, I'm going to drag this on top of the quotes.
All right.
So that the quotes don't get in the way. I'll probably end up having them separate anyway, but...
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to emphasize some of these words. I like that font, that extra bold. So let's go to speed and quality.
So you'll grab some of the more important words and hold them up a bit.
Yeah, highlighting they're really good things.
Oh, yeah. Second to none.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, it looks really sharp.
Okay, I'm kind of liking this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move it back a little bit closer just because I want to.
Sounds like
no other reason, really.
Yeah.
I'm kind of liking this. You know what? I don't like that there's a space over there, so I'm going to take all of this using Shift and Select
Mm-hmm.
and Control T and just fill up that space.
Nice.
A little bit better. Okay. And I'm going to nudge it up a little bit.
Using those arrow keys.
Yep. You see, there's only a couple things I use, but I use them a lot.
That's how it goes, though, you know?
Yeah. So now it's time to put his attribution in there. I don't think I want it to be extra bold.
Okay.
Let's make it regular Rockwell. And I'll make a new text layer here. And I'm going to go back to our Word document. Let's see where that was said. Okay, well, Shirley Walters said that we don't have a picture of Shirley Walters, and this is totally fictitious anyway, so let's use someone else.
That's right.
Let's use Bruce. Bruce is a good name. I think that guy could be a Bruce. I'm going to hit copy.
Mm-hmm.
Back in Photoshop. And paste. So we have...
A lot of people use stock photography for quotes anyways. So.
True. Yeah. You love your stock models to say important things.
There you go.
So we have Bruce. I'm going to make this a little larger so we can read it. He's the lead contractor. I don't know that that's so important in this case. You'll be able to read it once you go to the page.
Sure.
And I need some more room at the bottom so I can put a little button. So,
a way to link to more information.
Right. So this is pretty good. This is pretty good. But again, this text is taken away from this text. So I'm going to once again knock it back a little bit. I don't know do I want it to be that's too dark.
A little too dark.
Because it's so small and so delicate. You don't want it to be that dark. So I'm going to make it just a little brighter, something in between. Okay. That's not bad. I kind of like that. And one other thing I like to do, just because I want to make it all caps.
Okay.
No, that didn't do it. That's a different thing.
Small caps.
Right, that's small caps. Now this is a bit horsey, meaning all these letters are too close together.
What word did you use?
Horsey.
Horsey.
Horsey, like nay.
Ah, yeah.
I didn't make that word up.
I'm with you.
Just,
I haven't heard it before.
It's a term I've heard before, and so I'm just reusing it. So what I'm going to do is increase the width of the space between the letters, and you can do that here. And I'm going to start with 25. That's a little better. Let's go to 50. 50 is getting good. 75. 75 is about right. And once again, I'm going to make it smaller. But not too much smaller. Okay?
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm liking this. This is good.
Very nice.
All right. And one more thing here. We want people to be encouraged to click on this so that they go to the testimonials page.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is add a little button and just call it see more testimonials.
Mm-hmm.
And that way people will know that they can go and see more testimonials. And I'm going to make it a little more differentiated.
Okay.
And because this is getting kind of cramped.
Yeah, it also kind of fades in with the Hollywood home.
Once again, I'm going to select all these guys using shift-click and just move them up in the space since we have the space to move it into.
Sure.
Just sort of separate it out.
Yeah, give it a little more room.
Give some air. See more testimonials. Okay. I have him selected. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and a little more different. And the way I'm going to do that is by making it italic. And I will find that here. So.
Okay.
So there's this. Oh, okay. Here's one little glitch. And this is me being innovative graphic artist. But I'm going to go ahead and fix it because it's here. You might notice here his head was cropped in the photograph.
Right, right.
So with just a little touch of retouching, we can fix that. And so I'm going to use a tool called the clone tool.
Oh, the good old clone stamp.
Good old clone stamp.
I love this tool.
And so I have to take the caps locks off, and I can see the size of my brush.
Now, how are you changing the size of your brush right there? That's a cool hotkey.
Yeah, this is a cool hotkey too. Normally you would go up here and after you select the clone tool, you would go up here and choose your brush size. You dial it in or choose it from a list.
Sure.
But if you use the left bracket and right bracket, you can make the brush larger or smaller.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's a really nice tip for people who've never used Photoshop. And of course, I'm going to hit the Alt key to sample an area. And then I'm going to start drawing in. I'm just going to smooth this out just a little so it doesn't look so abrupt. And I'm going to zoom in real close when I get, because his ear looks like it's been hacked on. And I'm going to get a real fine brush here.
Sliced off.
Yeah. Oops. Okay, I'm going to use the...
Gotta love the Windows key being right there next to the Alt key.
Not so convenient. I'm going to use the Alt key again to sample from this section, and it's just sort of pasting it in there. It's going to be very, very subtle.
Now, if you're totally unfamiliar with it, what the clone tool does is it's going to sample one part of the image and then allow you to paint that sampling over into another area of the canvas.
Right. And however big size brush you have, if you have a giant brush, it's going to make a giant...
Go ahead and sample his eye and then just paint it out there in the black somewhere.
Say if we did this and then...
Right, so what he did is he control-clicked on the eyeball, and then you can go paint the eyeball somewhere else.
Right, so I'm just going to smooth this out right here.
Very, very handy tool. Probably one of the tools I use more than just about anything else in Photoshop.
Okay, I've hit the wrong key. Let's try this again.
There's that whole Mac thing again.
All the keys are different.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Except the letters.
That's right. Those are same. I don't have so much trouble with that. Now, you'll notice down here, I actually have a space.
Yeah.
I have a 1 pixel space, and I don't want to stretch him anymore. What I'm going to do, let me see my guides here real quick. Yeah, he's actually overlapping. So I'm going to use that guide. I'm going to use my marquee selection. Just go all the way over and hit delete on the testimonial layer.
Okay.
So that it all lines up, and you see I cloned a little extra over there.
Yeah. So
if I select his layer, hit delete,
gotcha,
and we'll be good to go. So let me hide my guide so we can take a look at what we've done. And I don't see anything more I want to change right here. I think that about does it for the testimonial section for the homepage.
Well, that's looking really good, so that'll wrap up this video. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.